Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's session of Ask Zak. And last week we started to talk about feedlots, fattening your animals, and common mistakes. And I want to keep on this subject, but today we want to be able to measure your progress. It's incredibly important to be able to measure your progress, to be able to see if you are on the right track or are you hitting challenges, and do you need to reevaluate the situation to adjust accordingly. Now, the best way to measure in a feedlot is, of course, your animal's weight. At what growth rate are they growing? And it's very important. But a lot of you might say, but Zak, have you seen what scales cost if I have to weigh my animals? And yes, scales can be very expensive. But there are alternatives that give you a rough guideline to know exactly where your animals are. An example of that is something like this little weight band that you see over here. Something that we keep in our depots and of course sell as a tool for you as a farmer. Now, what's very nice about this little weight band, it looks like basically one of those measuring tapes you get in the haberdasheries or any clothing shop. It's flexible, it's soft like this. You can see it can fold. But what's nice about it is when you measure your animal, you take it around the chest of the animal and you measure the circumference of their chest. And then you will be able, with these guidelines on top of it, as you can see there, it will start giving you basic indication of what your animals weigh. And what's nice about it, yes, you saw the cattle for a moment there, but if I wind it down a little bit more, is you can do more than one species. If you look there, you'll see you can do cattle, sheep, goats, and even pigs at the end of the day. So this is a very handy tool for you if you don't have the infrastructure for, let's say, a scale or an expensive scale. So this will help you to determine whether your animals are growing at the rate that they should be. Now, just something that you need to take into account. Growth is also determined by genetics. If I use cattle as an example, a Nguni doesn't grow as fast as, let's say, a Bonsmara. So you make sure you know what kind of genetics you are putting in and what you're putting into the animals when it comes down to feed. So make sure you measure. This tool can also be used, of course, when it comes down to dipping your animals, because it's your dip is used according to body mass. Same with your deworming and, of course, your dipping, as I mentioned earlier, or antibiotics. So this is a very little handy tool to have a measuring tape like this to see what your animals weigh. To get them, of course, pop into Reneer's Alzu One-Stop Shop. We do stock them in our branches, and get this basic tool to assist you to measure yourself when it comes down to your feedlot growth. And of course, every Thursday we've got at least 2 information sessions or training days. So check our Facebook page, because every Friday we post on where it's going to be, or just make contact with your nearest Alzu One-Stop Shop and they will tell you more about tools like this and of course up and coming information sessions. So till next week, same time, same place, good luck and see you then. Goodbye.